Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of Human Art Studio, and this is Making Comics and Art, episode 198. So it's Tuesday, so Thursday, episode 200. We're going to do a Pimp Your Comic episode, and Alison will be joining me for that celebration. We'll be going a little long, so mark your calendar. We'll be starting at 4 and going, I don't know how long, but Pimp Your Comic is an open stream where we allow comic book creators to come on and describe their book and to let us know, where people can find it online and all that jazz. If they're crowdfunding, they can show us their Kickstarter, Indiegogo pages, stuff like that. So if you're a comic creator, you might want to drop by. And, depending on how busy it is, if people are waiting in the green room, we might rush through people. But if there's not so much of a crowd, then we'll take our time, that kind of thing. So once again, I'm working on Wildcat, my Wildcat anthology story, written by Lucifer Storm, penciled by Abel Parsons, inked by me, and Alison is doing gray tones and the lettering. So I sort of first couple of pages gray toned and looking sweet. So happy to be moving on something. There seems to be a delay on my with internet and my computer and blah blah. But since it's just me here, that's really not an issue. But just in case, if I sound funky or if I, stall out, let me know. I'm also simulcasting this via, my regular YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, which I haven't used in ages, which I plan to eventually get back to, and do one-on-one interviews there, and my Facebook page, regular profile page, whatever you call it, what have you. But welcome. If you're still working like I am, listen along. It's always fun. I haven't been listening to much videos lately. I've been listening to more music, just trying to get back into regular habits. It's like I was mentioning yesterday, I feel like my production has gone down a bit, and I'm distracted by cat happenings, which I'll get to in a moment, because there is some exciting news. Right now I'm working on getting my quill to work. There it goes. Okay. So in the world of cats, I got this fundraiser on Facebook, and the link is on Facebook. I'm pretty sure I didn't remember to put it here, but you can find it. Hey, there's a bunch of people showing up. Okay, we got Landon. Hello. Salazar, otherwise known as Frank. The room is true. There's a Speedy inker. Well, certainly not me, but I'll get to the topic. Devil Flyer, hey buddy, nice work. Thank you, thank you. Werewolf attack. Absolutely. Let's see. Don't want to miss any comments. The catning, yes. Speaking of cats, I got a circling Catwoman sketch card today in the mail. Oh, awesome. Okay. Me and my ex, my best friend in town, Lisa, for those that don't know, we've been waiting for TNR to give us certificates for too long now, for months it seems, because we got cats we want to get fixed and get into new homes that we're fostering, and we finally got them. Here's Devil Fly with a question, so let me answer that. Do you print it in red then ink? Yeah. So because I don't always get the pencils nowadays. There's a thing called Blue Line, which you print out the pencils as blue onto paper to work on. I do red because currently on my printer that I have here in my home studio, blue isn't working. I think it needs to be professionally cleaned or something because I think it's jammed up. There is a clean function on the printer, and I must have did it like 5 times and to no avail. So I print in red because you can drop out red just as easily as you could drop out blue. And I kind of like the way it looks better. So that's the story behind that. So yeah, we got certificates, which means those will be used to get our fosters fixed. The idea behind a certificate, those that don't know, is that we're essentially getting our cats fixed, no charge or a smaller charge. Getting a cat fixed can run from anywhere from I don't know, $25, $40 to $150, $200, depending on what vet you're going to and whatever. So to save money, we're waiting for certificates, and that means I got my 2 girls that I'm fostering will be fixed on the 18th. Then there's a stray female here that I call Meow Meow, and she'll be fixed on the 21st. So I'm gonna have to wrangle her the night before and make her stay inside here, which she's been in here to eat a couple of times, so she's met my other cats and there's no issues. She's not normally an indoor cat. She's an outdoor stray. But she's really sweet, and she does get along with my cats, at least the limited time they've been together. So I'm super thrilled that that's happening. Also, nothing's 100%, but I might even have found homes for my 2 girls. And so I'm going to have to make sure, on top of being fixed, if that's the case, because they'll be traveling out of this state, I'm going to need them to get shots and also get cages for them to travel in comfortably. So that's going to be an interesting venture. But I will be so thrilled if it does work out that they go on to new homes, permanent, forever homes, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'll be back down to my 3 cats that I have here, which is really the maximum I can handle in this place. It's been, I don't know, too long since I've only had 3 cats here, and my cats are a lot more laid back and a little older than the Forsters I have. So I look forward to much more chill days coming up. So that's an exciting event. Let's see. Frank says, "Are you going insane?" I don't see anybody else in the chat. No, I'm not going insane. I'm actually streaming on YouTube, on both my channels, and on Facebook. So I don't know where you are, Frank. Well, you're on YouTube. I'm not sure what channel. And then you say, "Oh, there we are. Now I see everyone." Oh, okay. And Landon says, "Meow meow." That's a great name for a cat. I'll tell you a story. My cat's name is Ralph. He's a great cat. Sweet. Yeah, I named Meow Meow because every time she comes and walks down the block, she says meow like every 10 seconds. So it's like meow, 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 meow. I've never met a cat that does that. So I thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was, she definitely deserved that as a name. So it'd be good to get her fixed. I'm not sure if any of the other strays are girls. I think the more I get acquainted with the strays that are here, and I've said like there's probably a dozen thereabouts that come here a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure most of them are boys, which is why when recently, like first it was one of my Fosters, then it was the other one that they both went into heat over the last month, and I think more and more like the commotion outside was because of that, because they went crazy in here and the boys went crazy outside. Oh, other news. A former outside cat here, who, apparently got into a fight with maybe a stray dog, really hurt his leg. And there's more complications. That cat, who I named Stan Lee, went into surgery today finally, and got word back that surgery went well and that everybody loves Stan Lee. Which we already knew that. Yeah, Stanley's an awesome cat, as well as a guy who created some comic book characters. But yeah, really happy to hear Stanley's doing good. He's a super sweet cat. I was sad to see him go, because he didn't come by here a lot, but I'd see him at least once a week. But now, so the surgery is done. He's down to 3 legs. But they're adaptable, totally adaptable. I had a dog who had only 3 legs. And he'll be under the care of the cat sanctuary, which is just outside of town here, and cared for there until he's able to move out of there, and eventually he'll get a home himself. So glad he's doing well. Glad to hear that everybody loves him. And yeah, that makes me happy. So there's one cat is pretty much taken care of right now. Let's see. Frank says, I was on Creator Own. Yes, indeed. And it says, I like the red pencils. I agree. But yeah, so just mention this again. Alison will be here definitely Thursday. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, but definitely Thursday. And we'll be doing a Pimp Your Comic episode. So if you're a comic book creator, we'll be going long. So if you have a 9 to 5, you're not available to, even stream for a little bit. Maybe we'll go 3 hours or something. And everybody's like in different time zones. So, but, hope you can make it out. Tell us about your comic. Tell us about what project you're working on, or what project you're trying to crowdfund, that sort of thing. What other news is going on? Oh, for those that watched the Peter and Tim episode, Timothy Fling and Peter, how do you pronounce it? Werwerink Inc. something. I'm sorry, I butchered his last name, but Timothy does a book called Water Wars. That's going live on Kickstarter, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's crowdfunding started tonight, I believe, 8 o'clock. You can go check out the episode not too long ago. Had them both on. Good guys, good creators. But let's just talk about today's sort of topic, non-topic, because I couldn't think of anything else to talk about. Speedy Inker. So, if anybody that knows, I've been inking comics since September '91, thereabouts. I've worked for Marvel, DC, Valiant, had some books published through Image, probably even a couple of pinups and whatnot. But mostly I've worked on way too many independent publishers and self-publishers to mention. And speed was never my forte. I always focused on quality of work and but I've always like envied anybody, specifically inkers, who were fast. And definitely, like, back in the day, my brother used to ink, and he was a machine. Now, mind you, like he at his busiest time, he had assistants, and frankly, when I was working at DC, I had a number of different assistants, only one at a time, but I had 3 or 4 different people assist me at different intervals, because monthly books are a grind and totally a lot of work. Um, let's see. Landon says, "How's the work going right now? Are you still super busy?" Yeah, it's like I need to knock a few things off my list, um, so that I can focus on not only retro, but also the graphic novel designated that I need to get done this year, sooner rather than later. um, so yeah, as far as work goes, I've been busy. Um, like I said, I'm trying to get more back into my sort of daily habits, and those help me with the process of getting more work done. Um, Not only streaming on this channel, on my YouTube channel. This is not going to be everyday events that I stream multiple places. This is just something I'm trying out. This is always good to try out new things. Um, but yeah, to also I privately stream. Well, it's not really streaming. I just get together, sort of a video call with other creators, artists, um, usually between 12 and 3. It varies. Um, and usually we gab about work and other things. And um, Alison was actually with me hanging out today. And yeah, like that, just helps me focus and get a lot of work done. If you saw this page the last time, there's a lot less done on it. And I mostly did that for the couple of hours we were hanging out earlier. Um, and I've hung out with different people throughout recent years. Um, one of which is my friend Zoe, who is doing, she's doing a drawing a day. This is like Monday through Friday. But it's specifically like a skull drawing. And she posts that on her Facebook profile, on her Instagram, and she also has a page for her one day to be a comic goth girl. And those drawings have been getting better and better. I encourage you to go check her out, Zoe Bones, on Facebook and on Instagram. Really like what she's accomplishing and she's working towards. But I I streamed, I hung out with her a million times. Yeah, it's always fun. And she's a hard worker. Um, but in regards to, let's get back to the topic, speed. So yeah, back in the day, when my brother was an anchor, specifically like when he was like really busy as an anchor, at his max, he was inking 7 pages a day. Now, that's a lot. Um, Now, like I said, he had assistants, so maybe one of them was filling in blacks, and one of them was maybe inking some buildings and backgrounds and whatnot. But still, 7 pages is a lot. And if you're juggling people on top of actually getting work done on the pages and to keep quality of everything and so on, um, I know what a benefit having assistance is, but also it's extra work. And um, so 7 pages a day is a ton of work. I think his average was 5 pages a day. So he could essentially finish a book a week. And he was doing multiple books back in the day for like Marvel. And that, he jumped from Marvel and DC and whatnot. Let's see. Hey, Pop Sans Ant. Landon, I made you a mod on my channel. You can post links now. Sign up for CromCon number 23 is live in the madness. Do that. Is that live right now? Like actually live right now? Or is it tonight? I lose track. I'm trying to stay focused on my own things. I know Alison was on your channel earlier. Hung out with her a little bit, as I was talking about before. So she said she was on it for an hour or so. I think once I get the cat situation under control, I'll be able to pick my head up a little bit and see what's going on in the world. Somebody said there's war. I don't know. No, I am totally aware, but I got too much going on around here. But yeah, like it's funny because back when I was working for Marvel, a lot of, if not most of what I did there were either single pages or like 2 or 3 pages of this book or that book or whatever. Like, I was sort of the overnight inker, which is not me at all, but I made it happen. I made it work. I made it like, if they gave me work and they said, we need this tomorrow, I handed it in tomorrow, even if, I'm going to stay up all night or whatever the case. I've never been a super fast inker. Now, mind you, like a lot of artists I worked on, especially Cal Fury, his work, although it's deceptive, it looks simple and straightforward. But it isn't. It's very designed and mapped out. But his stuff it was super tight, and I always like to be super accurate to what he put down, but also, just because quality has always been number one for the most part. But when you're pushing to meet a deadline, there's things that go out the window. There were a bunch of like, a lot of what I did at Marvel was like X-Men Office stuff, and there were a few artists of that era. We're talking mid 90s. There were so many great X-Men artists happening around then. Some of them were, a lot more cartoony and simple and straightforward. And I did get some of that. And some of that was like I was doing finishes, which if you don't know what finishes is, it's like looser pencils than than normal. And me as an inker, I would get paid more, and they would ask me to do my thing. When they're when they're rushing out a book and throwing a crew of different people pages, there's not many specifics other than get it done on time. And you silly bot, go away. Blocked. Yes, sign up is live now for the event the last weekend of the month. Okay, cool. And he says, "Hey Rex," and I keep forgetting that Devil Flyer is Rex because everybody has multiple names, and I can't keep track of anybody. So forgive me. But yeah, so like I did pretty good, but also I was a younger man, and in the era I worked from all in DC, I was between girlfriends. It's like I know, like I'm from New York. If anybody's watching now or later that doesn't know, and New York is known for its clubs and bars and all sorts of fun things, museums to do. So I didn't have a steady girlfriend back then, but before I got into comics, I did, and in the later '90s, I did, but like the middle years, I was probably just hanging out at clubs and dancing, and most of my 20s are a blur. But like the beginning of my career was my late 20s into my 30s, and I thought I was starting late. This is kind of a side, but I started comics as a career, as a new thing to do, and something I wanted to get good at when I was 28. And I knew initially I sucked. And I knew it would take me a while to really up my skills. But I kept at it. And, I followed a lot of artists and inkers' work that I admired and worked on the side of improving my skills. Like I always try to fill up my schedule with paying work. But if I didn't have paying work, or if I finished what I had, then I would keep working, but the work would turn into improving my skill. But it was always quality first, and so I'd never been a fast inker. But it is something that's always on my mind. It is something that I want to improve, and it's sort of like windows of opportunity for that to happen. Definitely upcoming with the graphic novel I'm going to be working on, and I've already started working on and did an issue of essentially it's going to be five issues. Well, they're going to publish it as one book, so I did a fifth of the book so far. But if I can clean up my schedule to where the majority of what I'm inking is the graphic novel, then I'll be focused on one artist and one style and one book, and that will greatly help in getting myself focused on speed. Because if I could turn it over in a month and a half, then I think I'm good with the deadline and everything else I got going on. So that's where all that stands. Like the quality of the art on the graphic novel is definitely there. It's not what I would call simplistic, but it's not super heavy. And there's a bit of looseness to it that allows for, me adding my style to it and making it better, and also not have to be too fussy about it. So one thing I wanted to mention, might not happen during this stream, but I'm going to finish this page, probably after this stream. I'll cook some dinner, spend time with all the cats here, go check my mail, house stuff. Then I'll work later tonight. But yeah, I really want to tackle the sort of speed equation under the best circumstances. And that's how I excel, and I'm sure lots of other people as well. Like, some people some people work good under pressure. I do get things done under pressure, but I think if I really to put myself and what I'm going to be trying to do to give it the best chance it's got, I think pressure is not going to get me there. I mean, there is a pressure that exists. I do have to get this graphic novel in on a deadline, but I don't want to be juggling 18 different things, and I want to make sure I'm not my focus is totally there. So that is the plan going forward. That's like once I get out of all these little things I got to get done. This being one of them. I got this page and 2 more. So if I finish this tonight, I could definitely say, okay, I'll be done with this story. Possibly I got 3 covers. So I'm thinking, next week, if not the beginning, then somewhere in the middle, I'm going to start getting focused on that graphic novel. And nothing is going to get in the way of that. My concentration will be total. So that's what I'll be working on again in the future on this channel, as well as throughout the day. So I'm really looking forward to digging into that. It'll be very nice. Very nice. I can get back to my old ways of how I worked, which is just focusing on one thing at a time. I wonder. Keep that. Yeah, this is a busy page, but it looks good. So other than Pops, who's got his event coming up, what else is everybody else here up to lately? What are you excited about? What are you working on? What are you looking to accomplish? Come on, fess up. Give me something to talk about. I feel like half of what I say is cat related nowadays, but there's a lot of cat happenings. Such is the way. Other than that, I caught up on Fear the Walking Dead, because Walking Dead is one of the few programs I watch live. And so now I'm caught up on everything. So now me and Lisa could start watching it live again. Got to catch up on episodes already aired. And that will be easy. I'm committed to watching that program and all its spin-offs and whatnot until it's no more. The main series is ending. I'm not sure exactly when, maybe next year. But then you got Fear. Then there's a Daryl Carroll show coming up. But other than that, there'll be a couple movies from what I heard. So really looking forward to that. And then eventually at some point saying goodbye to the show and the cast and all that. Spent many years watching that show. Even went to in Nashville, Walker Stalker, which is their sort of convention. That was a lot of fun. Got to meet over a dozen of the stars. And by meet, I mean from 20 feet away, I saw them. Because I wasn't going to go pay just to shake their hand. At least not until I'm rich. Maybe one day. Oh, excellent. Just funded my ash. Oh, wait. Let's see. Just funded my ash can. Pops has more. And Devil Fly says, yeah. Funded on Indiegogo. Is ash can. Devil Flyer Black and White Ash Can Edition. Awesome. Got to do my daily show, 4 o'clock Central every day. Join in sometime. You've been invited. Awesome. I will. Great meeting you on Apex Comics now. That's right. And see if you great stuff. Excellent, man. Appreciate it. Do you ever find it harder to work on your own stuff than others? Hired work, etc. Just lately, because I've been the situation I put myself in, that I've created, is that I got all this work from many different people, and that's very unusual if you looked at most of my career. I'm kind of feeling, and this is like in the moment right now, how I'm feeling. And my cat's slowly walking towards me. No. Stay over there. Okay, good girl. How I'm feeling lately is that all I want to do is my own work. And I let me explain it this way. I've done day jobs, and I'm a good follower. It's like, tell me what to do and I'll get it done. I'm a good worker bee, and pretty much similar in this comic industry. Like, tell me what you need done, and I'll do it to the best of my ability. But lately, I'm getting tired of bosses and and doing things for other people where they're getting most of the credit, or they're getting the larger amount of money out of it. And I mean, my plan is to do a lot of my own books, and unless I stop working for others, or at least cut that down by a lot, then I'm going to be stuck in this endless circle of doing things for other people. So I got to make a clear-minded decision in my brain every day. Like, don't take on work. Finish what you got. Finish everything off the list if possible, and work on your own books and get those done and get those out there. It's like, I haven't gone 1 week where I'm like, oh, I need to make more money. And my immediate way to make money is to take on work. And I'm going to have to come up with other solutions. Like, yes, I do have a Patreon, but, it's like I've promoted that for years. And it's like currently I have say 7 patrons. I mean, it's like an extra $50 or whatever at the beginning of the month. But I've seen people with Patreons making a couple of thousand. If I made 3,000 on my Patreon page, I can stop taking on a lot of work. But most of the ones that make decent money are those that are offering some sort of product or something that they can follow along with. And it's like I've wanted to do a comic book there for years, and I keep pushing it off because I'm too busy. But maybe that should be my solution there, like to finally do a webcomic there, have people, you know, um, pledge, donate. I'm thinking of all different terms. Finance, whatever, I'm losing track of the correct terms. To give money there so they can read a story I really want to do. So we'll see. It's all as I can make things happen. Right now I don't want to take that on until definitely after I'm done with the graphic novel. It doesn't make sense to do it before that. But yeah, Patreon could really help. And it's like a lot of people that support me on it. Really just want to support me. They're not expecting, me to give them comics or give them art or whatever, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty much like a tip jar. Every time I do post in there, I rarely get a lot of likes or comments there. And most of the people pledging towards my Patreon don't even see my posts. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you're making me a nervous, cat. She's climbing around to the right of me. But she's going to get some food. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this tonight. I'm not sure what I'm eating for dinner. Oh, I know what I know. I want chicken. Chicken. Yeah, I look forward to the day where I'm making really good money and I live in a much bigger place and I can hire somebody to clean and cook and do a little bit of everything. Totally get a right hand man. Like, is that a butler? Am I thinking of Alfred, my own Alfred? Not because I see myself as a billionaire one day, but us regular folks deserve some perks once in a while. Been busting my ass most of my life. I don't really see myself retiring. But if I could spend less time doing laundry, cleaning house, and all that kind of jazz, cooking. I love to cook once in a while, not every day. I'm by no means a decent cook. I'm sure you know how it is. I hate when I get cat hair in my quill point, which potentially can make it bleed if I don't catch it quick enough. Yeah, so I'm just going an hour today. If you like this video, if you like this channel, give this video a like. Share it with your friends. I would say hit the bell, but that never works for me. So don't bother, but definitely subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends about the channel. I have people on a lot of time talking about their comics, their work. If you're an artist, if you're a painter, if you're a fine illustrator, if you're an animator, if you're a hobbyist, anything creative, I want you on my channel eventually. Like I said earlier, no guests this week other than Thursday will be an open stream for people to come on and tell me about their books. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I gotta check my I gotta restart my router. That's what it is. I think it's just running a tad slow, and that's only when I'm sort of hang out with others where I could really tell like I'm talking and they're talking over me, that kind of jazz. Happens all the time. But one day I'll have a supercomputer and I'll have the best internet. Heck, I once saw I was watching Miley Cyrus do a stream from home via her like power phone, and she was having internet issues. She had to sit in her closet to get a good signal. It's like I need an IT person on top of somebody to clean and organize my house. But I hope you had fun today. Got a little more done here. This is about an hour. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. There's a bunch of links down below. I've been giving some serious thought to, I've been thinking about Facebook. I'm not going to leave Facebook, but it's definitely changed over the years. I've been on it since 2008, since many, many years. I've been thinking all but my studio page of getting rid of the other pages I have. I have one for Bright Eyes. I have one for Neon Eden. And I have one for Blood Rights. I think those are useless. And also, I don't like the way Facebook reconfigured pages. You have to leave your regular profile to go into the page profile. It's kind of idiotic, and you can't share as easily and all that shit. So I think I'm getting rid of. There's 3, maybe 4 pages. I forget. I have a retro page too. Yeah. And also the fact that I'd never really updated them weekly ever. So But that's it all for now. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time for 4 p.m. Eastern time zone. And have a great night. Till then, keep